All right, so welcome to this video. Today we'll be looking at oxidation numbers. So how can we assign oxidation numbers to elements that are part of a compound? That's what we're going to be discussing today. All right, so before we can even try to answer this question that you can see there, we need to know some important rules concerning oxidation numbers. Okay, all right, so the first one is that a free element has an oxidation number of 0. Okay, so free element simply means any element that you can get from the periodic table. As long as you have not combined it with anything, that element is going to have an oxidation of 0. So all these elements that you can see here, okay, in their free state like that, without combining to anything, their oxidation number is 0. Okay, number two, it's a very important rule, okay, about the oxygen atom. So the oxidation number, okay, for oxygen atom will always be -2, except in peroxide. Okay, except in peroxides, where it's going to have a -1. So except in peroxides, where it has a -1, everywhere else it's going to have a -2. Okay, so peroxide, uh, something that looks like this. So here in this compound, oxygen has an oxidation number of -1. Okay, only in peroxides. That's why you have oxygen having -1. The rest of the compound is going to have a -2. Okay, number three, it's the rule that contains the hydrogen. Okay, so I'm going to say whenever you see hydrogen in any compound, okay, it's going to have an oxidation number of +1, and then it has an exception except in hydrides. Okay, so except in hydrides, anywhere else where you see hydrogen, it's going to have a +1 charge. Okay, and then the next one is group 1 elements. So if an element is in group 1, then its oxidation number will always be +1. Okay, if it is in group 1. If an element is in group 2, then its oxidation will always be what? +2. So in short, for all other elements that can become ion on their own, they can become a positive ion or they can become a negative ion, okay? The oxidation number will simply be the same as the charge that they have, okay? All right, so for example, if I talk about sodium, sodium makes the ion Na+. So it means its oxidation number will just be +1. If I talk about calcium, it makes an ion that has a 2+ charge. So C2+ like that. So it means its oxidation number will just be what? 2+ like that. So what I'm saying is this. When I go to the periodic table, this is group 1 here. So all the elements in this group 1 here, they have a +1 oxidation number. The ones in group 2, they have a +2 oxidation number. Okay, that's what I was meaning there. All right. The other rule is concerning the sum. Okay, so the sum of the oxidation numbers of all the elements that are present in a compound, okay, should add up to 0 for a neutral compound. Okay, so neutral compound. Then if I add the oxidation numbers of all the compounds that are there, I should get a 0. And then for an ion, which is a group of atoms, okay, when I add all the oxidation numbers there, then the oxidation number, okay, I mean the total that I should get when I add the oxidation number of all the elements that are in that ion, it should be equal to the charge on that ion. Charge on the ion. Okay, so for example, you can see this one here, it's an ion. Even this one is an ion. So meaning that when I add the individual oxidation numbers of everything that I can see here, okay, the total should be the same as the charge for that ion. So meaning if I add the oxidation number for the carbon, for the oxygen, the total should just be what? A -2 charge there. Because here it has a power -2 there. Right, so those are the rules that we're going to be using in order to do what? To assign oxidation numbers. Okay, so the question says assign oxidation numbers to all the elements in the following compound. So let's look at A. So A, I have Cl and then O3 -1. Okay, so you can see that the charge on this ion is actually a minus. So that just means -1. So that means if I add the oxidation number of this chlorine plus 3 multiplied by the oxidation number of the oxygen, then I should get a what? A -1. That's what it means there. Okay, so I'm just going to say, let the oxidation number for the Cl be X, and then plus, and then I'll say 3 multiplied by the oxidation number for oxygen, which we said is always what? -2, except in peroxides. So that would be -2. And then this should be equals to what? Should be equals to the charge on the ion. So the charge here was a minus, so meaning -1 like that. Okay, so that's what we get there. So from here it will just be X minus 6 is equals to -1, and this will be X is equals to 6 minus 1, and X will just be equals to what? 5. So now, remember I said this X represents the oxidation for the chlorine there. So the oxidation number should always carry a sign. So don't just write 5 as the oxidation number of chlorine. No, write a positive 5 in front like that. Okay, so the oxidation number there, okay, for the chlorine there, or the Cl, is simply going to be +5. Then the oxidation number for the oxygen, we already know it from the general rules. It's just what? -2. Okay, so you can say for the chlorine, my oxidation number is +5. For the oxygen, my oxidation number is what? -2. Then we are done with part A. Okay, let's look at part B. So on part B, they're saying, okay, on part B, they're saying we have H2SO3. Okay, so we want to determine the oxidation number of the hydrogen, the sulfur, and the oxygen. So for the hydrogen, we know. So that will just be 2 multiplied by a +1, right? For the hydrogen. Then plus, I'll say that the oxidation number for sulfur be X, and then +3 multiplied by the oxidation number of oxygen, which is what? -2. So this will be equals to what? Okay, remember we said for the neutral atom, because I cannot see any charge here. Okay, the oxidation numbers, when I add them, they should give me a what? A 0. So this will just be 2 plus X minus 6 is equals to 0. So this is the same as X minus 4. When I combine this and this is equals to 0, and X will just be equals to 4. So meaning that my oxidation number for the sulfur will simply be what? +4 like that. Okay, and then for the oxygen, it's -2. For the hydrogen, it's what? +1. Okay, so meaning that I've assigned everything there, their oxidation numbers. Let's look at C. So C, we have C2O4, and then power 2 minus. Okay, so it means here I'm just looking for the oxidation number of the carbon, because for the oxygen, this is not a peroxide. I already know it. So this would be 2, and then I say let X be the oxidation number for the what? For the carbon. And then +4, the oxidation number for the oxygen is -2, and this will be equals to the charge of this ion, which is just -2. Okay, so that will be 2X minus 8 is equals to -2, and this will be 2X is equals to 8 minus 2, and this will be 2X is equals to what? 6. So I divide this by 2, divide that by 2, the oxidation number of carbon in this case will just be positive what? 3. Okay, so the oxidation number of carbon is +3, and then oxygen, the oxidation number is what? -2. So I hope you've gotten it there. Okay, so now let's look at the last one. Okay, we look at the last one. So the last one there is SR, and then NO3, and then what? 2. Okay, so here I want to determine the oxidation number for SR, for N, and for O. So for O, we know. Okay, for O, we know. And then for nitrogen, we don't know. But this one here is actually a group 1, a group 2 element. So SR, when you go to the periodic table here, is simply strontium. And then you remember what we said, all the group 2 elements here, they have a +2 what? Oxidation number. So strontium is there, that's the SR. Okay, so I'm going to say for the strontium, it's just 2, and then plus, this 2 is multiplying with the nitrogen, right? So it will be 2. And then for the nitrogen, I don't know. So I put X plus. And then here for the oxygen, I have a 3 and the 2 that are multiplying. So I have 6 multiplied by the oxidation number of oxygen, which is -2. and this will just be equals to what? Okay, this will be equals to be equals to 0. Okay, because there's no charge on this Chi compound. So it will be 2 plus 2x minus 12 is equals to 0. And that will just be 2 plus minus 12. That will be 2x minus 10 is equals to 0. And that will just be 2x is equals to 10. Divide this by 2, divide this by 2. My x is equals to 5. So meaning that my oxidation number for SR, we already know it's positive 2. For oxygen, it's minus 2. But for the nitrogen now, it's simply what? Plus 5. Okay, for this particular compound that we have there. All right, so we are done. So thank you so much for watching. This has been Tutor Poul Solutions. Until next time, always there for you. All right, so thank you so much for watching this video. If you'd like to access full tutorial sheet videos, okay, for the tutorial sheet question that we are just from solving, you can actually access them. Okay, so this is tutorial sheet 1, chemistry. We have full video solutions available on the website. So you can check discretelearning.com. You're going to find them. Tutorial sheet 2, we have full videos available. Tutorial sheet 3, we have full videos available. Tutorial sheet 4, we have full videos available. Tutorial sheet 5, we have full videos available. Okay, so you can actually subscribe with us. Just visit Discrete, okay, discretelearning.com. Then you're going to find full video solutions for all these tutorial sheets here, plus more, okay, plus past papers and the like. So actually, when you subscribe, okay, on discretelearning.com, you're going to access all these that you can see here. Okay, so we offer the courses mathematics, chemistry, physics, biology, and in all these courses, we provide topic lessons, summarized notes, tutorial sheet full videos, okay, and past papers full videos. So they are all available at discretelearning.com. So just go to Google. Let me show you. So just go to Chrome here. Okay, and then simply type in discretelearning.com. So let me just erase this. So when you come here on Google, just type in discretelearning.com. You can see it has come there, right? And then you go to that same website. Okay, so this is the website here. Okay, but if it's your first time, it means you need to create an account. So it will take you to the login page. Just click on create an account. You create an account for yourself, and then be able to log in using those same details. Okay, so now when you log in on the website, you're going to see something like this. So you can see there's math, chemistry, physics, and biology. So you subscribe for the choice of your course, for the course of your choice. So in that course that you select, you're going to be accessing the tutorial sheet videos, full videos, okay? You're going to be accessing the past papers. You are going to be accessing the topic lessons. So for example, if I just give an example of chemistry here, if I open chemistry, okay, you're going to see that in this course, there's general chemistry, Apex first semester, Apex second semester. So if you're at any other university that is not Apex, okay, you go in the general chemistry folder. That's where you're going to find your things. But if you're at Apex, it depends with the semester where you are in. So if you're in first semester, just come first semester, click on it, okay? Yeah, so it will load, then you just wait for it to load, to open. Okay, so now once it loads, you're going to see that you're going to find. Okay, so you can see here inside we have topic lessons, we have summarized notes, we have tutorial sheets, we have past papers there. Okay, so if you want full video solutions or explanations for the tutorial sheets, just come here and uh, open the tutorial sheet folder. Okay, and then here there are different intakes, so you can actually learn from the previous intakes, right? So there are full videos there for tutorial sheets, full videos for tutorial sheets. You can learn with them. But if you want for your current intake, so right now it's 2026, okay, January intake, you can simply open the folder. Okay, so you can see assignment 1 to tutorial sheet 5, full videos are already there. So you can access these at your own time, and use them to learn at your own pace anytime. Okay, even in your blankets, you'll still be able to learn. All right, so if you want to subscribe, just check the link in the description below here. Okay, so there's a video registration guide. You can watch it on how to pay and how to actually have access to all this that you're seeing here. Okay, if you don't want chemistry, you can also subscribe for math, you can subscribe for physics, or you can actually subscribe for what? For biology. Okay, so depending on the course that you need help with, you can subscribe for that course. So I can also show you math here. So if I go in math, okay, I go Apex Face semester, depending on the semester that you are. So open, uh, that should just bring up the topic lessons are there, summarize notes, the tutor sheets, and the past quiz test and exam papers. Okay. All right. For those who cannot manage to actually subscribe on our platform, okay, which has a lot of videos that can help you, you can just simply go to YouTube. Okay, just go to your YouTube there and then search for our YouTube channels. So we also post some free videos there that you can use to learn. Okay, so just search Tutor Poul Solutions. It comes, and then this is the YouTube channel. So there are a lot of things here. So just go to the channel and you'll be able to find the videos. So you can see there are a lot of videos there, right? So you can see Math Quiz 1's there. There are a lot. Okay, so you can even go on the playlist here. Uh, and then you check the playlist that you want. So if you want mathematics for first years, it's there. Mathematical methods, tutorial sheet and the like, blah, blah, blah. There are a lot of videos. So you can watch these on the YouTube channel for free. Empirical and molecular formulas, SADs and rationalization. In case you have challenges in that, we have these free videos that we post there. Okay, but for full videos, you need to subscribe on the website, which is what? Discretelearning.com. You can also check the channel Discrete Learning Institute. Okay, so this channel, again, even it has a lot of videos, a lot of free videos. You can see there are a lot of videos there that you can use to actually learn at your own time, at your own pace. Okay, so here there's even how to pay if you want to pay, how to create an account. If you do not know how to create an account, you can use that. Okay, another channel that you can check out is Tutor John. Okay, so Tutor John Official, you can check it out. It also has a lot of videos. Okay, so these are all tutors for Discrete Learning Institute. So you can see there are a lot of physics videos there that you can actually use to learn at your own time if you do not have enough to actually subscribe to our platform. Okay, but if you can manage, please just subscribe. You won't regret your decision. Okay, the another channel that you can check out that is for free. It's Math with Marius. So just search Math with Marius. So Tutor Marius only does the math part. Okay, so you can see on his YouTube channel, they're just math videos and the like. So you can actually go there and watch free videos. Okay, free videos for everyone there. So if you are not understanding something, please just go to those YouTube channels that I've shown you, and then you'll be able to find some helpful videos. Okay. And then those who want to subscribe, you can actually subscribe on the website. You're going to find everything intact that you want, well, properly arranged. All right. So thank you so much. If you would like to contact me, okay, here's my number. So 0779 96, okay, 96 40 and then 10. So that is Tutor Poul Solutions. Okay, so you can contact me on that number. Then I'll be able to help you if you're having any challenges with your what? With your Premed or your NS. Right. So thank you so much for watching. This has been Tutor Poul Solutions. Until next time, always there for you.